Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer. At present, we are looking at an article that was written by Edith Stein, or Saint Teresa Benedict of the Cross, entitled The Prayer of the Church, and focusing on the chapter entitled Solitary Dialogue with God as the Prayer of the Church. So, Teresa of Avila, a powerful reformer of her order at the time of widespread falling away from the faith, wished to come to the rescue of the church, and she saw the renewal of true interior life as the means towards this end. For Teresa, it seemed necessary to use the approach of a lord when in time of war his land is overrun with enemies and he finds himself restricted on all sides. He withdraws to a city that was well fortified, and from there sometimes strikes his foe. Those who are in the city, being chosen people, are such that they can do more by themselves than many cowardly soldiers can. And often victory is won in this way. But, Teresa asks, why have I said this? So that you understand, my sisters, that what we must ask God is that in this little castle where there are already good Christians, not one of us will go over to the enemy, and that God will make the captains this castle, who are the preachers, the theologians, very advanced in the way of the Lord, since most of them belong to religious orders. Ask God that they advance very far in the perfection of religious life and in their vocation. These persons must live among men. They have to deal with men and even sometimes outwardly behave as men do. Do you think, my daughters, that that little is required for them to deal with the world, live in the world, engage in its business, while interiorly remaining its strangers? In some, not being men but angels. For if they do not live in this way, they do not deserve to be called captains, nor may the Lord allow them to leave their cells, for they will do more harm than good. This is not the time for seeing imperfection in those who must teach. It is not the world they have to deal with. Have no fear that the world will forgive this deficiency, nor is there any imperfection that it fails to recognize. It will overlook many, many good things, and perhaps not even consider them good, but have no fear that it will overlook any evil or imperfect things. Now I wonder who it is that teaches people in the world about perfection. Not so much that these people might seek perfection, but that they might condemn others. So then, do not think that little help from God is necessary for this great battle these preachers and theologians are fighting. A very great deal is necessary. So then, my sisters, I beg you for the love of the Lord to ask His Majesty to hear us in this matter. Miserable though I am, I ask His Majesty, since it is for His glory and the good of the Church, this glory and good is the object of my desires. And when your prayers, desires, disciplines, and fasts are not directed towards obtaining these things I mentioned, reflect on how you are not accomplishing or fulfilling the purpose for which the Lord brought you here together. Amen. Thank you for following along, and may God bless you and yours. Amen.